While on a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, Zeno's boat sank, along with all of his cargo. This single event, completely beyond Zeno's control, reduced him from wealth to poverty in an instant. Imagine being in Zeno's shoes, your entire life's work being flushed away by the sheer force of nature. How would you react? Would you feel anger, sadness, or a sense of being cheated? These would be natural responses for most of us, but not for Zeno, the father of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches that one small change can last a lifetime, and one small reframing of our mindset can lead to larger, more impactful changes. At its core, Stoicism is about acceptance and indifference. After studying the works of Socrates and other great philosophers, Zeno created and taught Stoicism. According to Zeno, while we have limited control over what happens to us, we do have control over how we respond to it. Instead of lamenting over lost goods or missed opportunities, Zeno chose to maintain his composure, remaining calm and neutral despite his predicament. Today, Stoicism is often misunderstood as being synonymous with emotional stoicism, people who are unbreakable and not prone to extreme emotions like rage or anxiety. However, the original Stoic philosophy is much more than that. It's a way of viewing, describing, and understanding the world, a way of life that has endured for centuries. Stoicism allows us to process negative emotions from negative experiences and turn them into thoughts that offer a unique perspective on the world. Perspective is everything, and everyone experiences things differently, leading to different perspectives. Since Stoics gathered, discussed, and taught philosophy in public places, their general philosophy was widely known. They believed that Stoic principles could benefit anyone, from slaves to emperors, and they did. Some of the world's most notable Stoics include Epictetus, translated as acquired, as he was once owned as a slave, Seneca, a renowned statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most powerful men to have ever lived. The early Stoics practiced what they preached, avoiding all forms of segregation and leading the fight against inequality. They even coined the term cosmopolitan, which means citizen of the world. Today, when we hear this word, we think of diverse cities like New York, Toronto, Dubai, and London, places where unity and togetherness are valued. At the time of Stoicism's foundation, women were not allowed to pursue philosophy, but Stoics disagreed with that. Musonius Rufus, Epictetus's teacher, once argued, "It is not men alone who possess eagerness and a natural inclination towards virtue, but women also. Women are just as pleased by noble and just deeds and reject their opposites. If that's the case, why should men have the monopoly on philosophy?" Even when it was unpopular, Stoicism welcomed women as learners. So why do so many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of unexpected turns, our emotions often get in the way. The truth is, we don't get sad just because bad things happen to us. We get sad because unexpected bad things happen. Rain, for instance, is generally beneficial. It waters our plants, provides water for livestock, and cools the temperature. Yet when a dark cloud catches us without an umbrella, it's an unwelcome surprise. Stoicism teaches us to expect such outcomes and to be content with knowing they could happen. Picture the worst-case scenario and prepare for it. One Stoic exercise, known as voluntary discomfort, aims to increase feelings of gratitude. It involves doing things that make you uncomfortable, like sleeping on the floor, taking cold showers when you usually take hot ones, or eating nothing but potatoes for a few days. These practices help you realize that no matter how tough things get, you'll still survive if your mindset is right. By enduring these discomforts, we mentally prepare for future misfortunes. In a world where advertisements constantly push the message that happiness comes from external things, like the next big purchase, appearance, or income level. Stoicism offers an important counterpoint. We enter the world with limited knowledge and learn at home, in school, and through our own observations. But do we need to internalize all this knowledge? It could set unrealistic expectations for our lives, leaving us disappointed and unsatisfied. Instead, we should focus on self-improvement for its own sake, without attaching secondary goals to our actions. Trying to fill the emptiness with external things, like money, cars, or starting a family, leads to disappointment. Stoicism teaches us that our happiness should be rooted in our intrinsic value as humans and not on external acquisitions. Seneca wrote, "Learning to live with less creates space in your life for what truly matters." We must focus on our efforts, not the outcomes, to keep a cool head regardless of what life throws at us. As Stoics believe, we don't have control over most of what happens, but we have complete control over how we react. The dichotomy of control is a fundamental Stoic principle. In the words of Epictetus, the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate what is under my control from what is not. Stoics teach that we need to focus on what we can control, our actions, our reactions, our values, rather than what we cannot. Striving for goals is good, but breaking down when they don't go our way is futile. For example, making YouTube videos is challenging, but it pales in comparison to being a Roman emperor. You must start with an idea, research it, scrap it if it's not good enough, script, film, edit, and create a thumbnail, all before hitting upload. Everything up to the point where you click upload is under your control. After that, the power shifts to the algorithm. Yet many people measure success by metrics, views, subscribers, followers, that are beyond their control. Stoicism teaches us to judge success based on the effort we put in, not the outcome. Living with less involves unbinding ourselves from societal expectations. Consider someone who worked hard for a promotion. If they focus solely on their performance report and keep doing what they're doing without depending on external validation, they can be much happier overall. Stoicism reframes mindset by postponing goals rather than diminishing them. A true Stoic doesn't judge success based solely on financial gain, but finds comfort in leading a fulfilling life with less. The four main virtues of Stoicism are wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is about distinguishing between what is internal and external, and having the ability to choose how we react to situations. As Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Courage involves persistence and resistance. Temperance, or moderation, is about doing more with less, saying more with fewer words. While Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are at the top of the Forbes list, Stoics believe wealth should only include essentials and enough. Justice, the most important virtue, teaches that no one should harm another, because we are all born to do good for one another, not just for ourselves. Nelson Mandela, one of the most famous African leaders, was inspired by Marcus Aurelius and Stoic values during his imprisonment. Instead of seeking revenge, he focused on rebuilding South Africa and moving forward after apartheid. He recognized that the past was beyond his control, and the only way forward was through reconciliation and unity, a true Stoic approach. In modern medicine, Stoicism underpins procedures like rational emotive behavioral therapy and logotherapy. REBT helps patients identify negative thought patterns and challenge the reasoning behind them. Logotherapy is based on the Stoic principle that humans are driven by purpose. Even in difficult situations, we can find meaning and happiness by understanding our purpose. To fix our happiness problems, we must practice self-worth by redirecting our definition of value to the things we can control. Stoicism helps us navigate past and present storms into calmer waters. If our ship sinks, we can find peace knowing that we lived a good life, even if it wasn't as long as we hoped. Everything has an end, and that's okay. With that, subscribe to Noble Pathways for more inspiring videos.